and go and see what these people are doing. My goodness, you do not know what you're missing on. So on set is none other than Bilal Moura, as well as Amina Hussein, who are joining us this morning. They are actors, but then they're also, important capacity. They'll be telling us what they do under the Too Early for Birds entity in terms of making sure that, our theater life is extremely amazing. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Asanteni sana.
Thank you.
Not so new faces, if at all you understand what I'm saying, if you get to watch some of these local programs that we have, and therefore we are here to understand some more why they come this morning and why in relation to the Too Early for Birds. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
Ladies first?
Yeah, but of course.
But men before?
Yeah.
Okay, the intro, right?
Yes, Too Early for Birds, and yes, who you are.
Okay, my name is Amina Hussein. I'm an actress and also a journalist by profession. And basically entertainment and showbiz. And yes, I'm now among the cast of Too Early for Birds. So we're about to go on stage next week.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you say Too Early for Birds, because this is not the play itself.
Yes.
It is beyond the play.
Yeah.
Please make us understand some more.
Well, Too Early for Birds is the production.
Yes.
And we've been having several productions, but for the last 3 years, we've not been there. So this is a comeback. Our show this time is dubbed The Comeback.
Yeah.
The Comeback,
Yes.
or the show it's now The Comeback.
Yes.
It's now from this production.
Yes.
That's why I said at least I've watched a couple of of plays and shows under the Too Early for Birds. Yes.
Yeah. Well, to start with, my name is Bilal Wanjao. There is Moura, who is also a very good actor. I love being on stage with them.
All right. So we said Moura,
Yeah.
courtesy of my producer. Well, and I was like, well, she said that you said so it's fine.
Yeah, it is Bilal Wanjao.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of changing the Wanjao name
to
I have another name, Idris Bilal, because it
Now,
kind
there's
of
a lot of
confuses so many
confusion.
people. I've even gotten
true.
calls.
That's true.
Yeah, that were meant for Bilal Moura. Yeah, I even prepared myself in the morning to go to set, and then they say, no, it wasn't you, it was, oh, Bilal Moura, but we called you. Yeah, so.
Can I surprise you?
Yes.
And most of the people who watch you perhaps really are not keen on the name, aside from the stage name.
Yes.
And so sometimes really it's not a big deal unless now within productions to productions, such confusions would happen.
Yeah.
But for my little boy who likes so much so what it is that you do on screen, if you'd ask them, anaitwa nani? Maybe atakwambia ile tu stage name,
the stage name,
on, the play that is at hand. So here we are. Let's just get to understand a little about the Too Early for Birds, and why is it that you say this is a comeback, and why that 3-year break?
Well, mostly it's because of the COVID.
COVID, it was bad for.
Yes, COVID. So we couldn't assemble people to come and watch a show. You remember there was that thing about social distancing. Yeah. So we had to take a break. Then now, because things have cooled down a little, that's why we are coming back. And we are coming back with a bang, by the way.
Oh yes, and we'd love to know a break from what? What was there before? Just bring us, to that space where now we understand what Too Early for Birds is all about. Just how interesting is this production? Because we have lots and lots of productions.
Yes.
It's one thing to be excited about the Too Early for Birds, and I'm not going to talk about Friends and Simple at some point. But I used to hear that they have plays, and I want to go there because then you are guaranteed of quality. So just bring us to that space where now we got to this level 3 years ago, and then because of COVID-19 we took a pause. Bring us back to that space.
Well, you see, Too Early for Birds is known for being unapologetically Kenyan. We talk about our Kenyan stories, and we're very unapologetic about it.
So it's purely Kenyan?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the last time it was all about Tomboya. Yeah. And this time we're talking about unsung heroes. People that people don't get a chance to talk about. But we are talking about them. So once you are there, you will get to know names about Yvonne Ngetich.
Yeah.
I bet you don't.
Yeah, because that's going to be a surprise at the end of the day.
Oh, so
But for the previous shows, the Brazen, the Badasri, Tomboya, it really tackled on our Kenyan history. For example, like Mboya was the best show. It even had a rerun.
Yeah, it had a rerun.
Because they were just portraying the life of Mboya, how he lived, blah, 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 such things. And since we are telling the Kenyan history, we get to know the background of Mboya.
Yes.
What really happened to him, the fun fact about him, and how it's bring to stage into life and everything. So the audience get to enjoy our side part, our history of Kenya.
Yeah.
Because I really believe when we go to history class, it's all about this was Mboya, blah 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 happened, and this happened, and then the history is over. But when you get to act it out, you bring the life to Mboya, and you get to understand as an actor, oh my God, this really happened.
This really happened, and I'd really want to come to that aspect of you as an actor, as an actress. You know, how important it would be for you then to understand history, because I'm imagining you're not just going to march on stage and act Mboya if you really haven't gone back to read and understand. And so sometimes it can really be tasking, because we always assume that, you know, because it's a talent, it is fun, and you hit the stage and you run and that's it. So it looks like there's a lot of work into it. But even before that, this comes back to you, Bilal. Yes. History. I don't know whether you are alive to the political things that have been happening in the country. And at some point in time, BAMBA says that we have to go back to our history. Somebody else says, why do we need history? And we're trying to appeal to the youth. We are trying to appeal to the masses. Just how instrumental is this aspect of history, and how much of a sell is it? Because you don't want to just go out there and act like you want to get people back into the times of history, and perhaps it does not appeal to them.
Yes. Well, the one person told me that for you to be successful, you need to consider your past. You need to consider your past. Don't dwell in the past, but consider the past.
Have an idea.
Yes, so that you know where your bearing is presently, and now you can hope for a better tomorrow. Yeah. So history is very important, and it's so ironical that I didn't take history in class, but I've done a lot of history since I joined this industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you do a background check on every character that you do.
Okay.
Yeah, like for example,
perhaps even the ones that you relate with, characters within.
Yes, because like for example, for Tomboya, we only know the political life of Tomboya, but we don't get to know his social life. How was he with probably his family? We don't know what happened to the family after Tomboya died. So as an actor, I get to know this background stories about these characters that we do. So history to me is very important. Yeah, especially in this industry, we need to do a lot of research, and it's a lot of work.
And this material is available.
Yes,
this material is available.
It is available. Very, very available.
All right, so it is one character that we're focusing on. This is now Tomboya, but now we have to bring in lots of other characters courtesy of Tomboya. How is it for you as an actress?
First thing first, I took history class.
So me and history, WhatsApp group say.
Like since time immemorial, let me just call it. Nilikuwa tu napenda history in class. Like my subjects were history, CRE, those humanities. Yeah. So basically, for me, okay, I've had that part of studying history and understanding maybe this is my thing, blah 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 blah. But when it comes now to acting it out, it's, you know, that's
it's a whole different thing,
you know,
right?
Because in school you're just taught the political side, like the way Bilal said. But when it comes to the social side, you come to know. Kumbe alikuwa na 4 wives now, kumbe alikuwa, you know. So you get to like, oh my God, okay, this happened to him. Maybe he went to study at this school, you know, and you get to just, as an actress, I'll say that such an important thing because it feels phenomenal to bring these Kenyan stories back to life, and you getting that knowledge of, you know, acting it out, and tomorrow you'll be able to narrate this to you, not to your kids, someone outside there, so for them to understand that this really happened and it's factual.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is amazing. Let's now bring us to where it is that we are. And you say the next play is, we're coming? It's called?
Comeback.
Comeback.
Yes.
It's a comeback. What about, well, I know you say it's going to be a surprise, but at least just keep us in the loop, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about, before he even speaks.
The basics, you know?
The basics,
yeah.
So just the basics is, we're coming back. So the coming back is gonna have hopes, what really happened, how people moved from COVID, and then we went to elections, and then we now, it's kind of, we're just on those grounds. Now we are coming back. Yes.
How do you bring out the face of every other, you know, like literally for someone to sit down and feel like, you know what, my story is actually being told on this? Because we all went through this moment of COVID-19. And therefore, when this story is being told by a person on stage, you want to feel like, now they understand. Oh, I can relate and all that. What's into this? Because this is not just Tomboya, who's one person. This is a whole lot of stuff that affected the global fraternity.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be like I can't just say it.
You can't just say it out.
No, you know the content.
I mean, you know, a polite way of just making us look forward to that.
Of course, there are gonna be scenarios that you're gonna expect because, like hopelessness, sometimes when you're going through something, but there are the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yes. Let me just say that.
And it's not been easy for, you know, the entertainment industry at large, let alone too early for birds. So how is this story going to be told on this? And what is this that gets you bounce back with confidence that there's a better tomorrow?
I think it's all about being hopeful. Yeah, because as artists, we went through a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, so many productions had to be grounded
yeah.
because we couldn't come together and put up a show. And most of us, like for me, I depend on this fully.
Right.
Yes, so you can imagine for all those 2 years and a half how it was, and then the elections, we weren't settled. So now this is a show that gives us the opportunity to settle in and do what we do best as we overcome, because we are not yet out, as you put it.
Yes,
we are not yet out of it. But this show is going to give us that hope that all is going to be well. So we are expecting people to come, and we're going to give them a show.
Let's ask this, because you know, we are coming at a point where we understand, but sometimes we tend to assume that the people back at home understand where we're coming from. And so when we say you hope that people are going to come, where is this show going to be showcased? Because perhaps someone is waiting for some film on TV 47 that it will be airing on, you know, this date and everything. Where exactly?
Well, it will be at Jain Bhavan, which is
Loresho. Yes.
Yes, just near Loresho Primary. Yes. So
this is more of a play.
Yeah, it's a play.
It's a play.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a play. Yeah. I love plays, stage performances, because at least I get to get that fulfillment.
Yeah.
Because the feedback is more direct than TV. You know, TV.
It's one-on-one.
Yes.
But I can tell you do a good job on TV. Trust me. So please don't worry much about the feedback.
You haven't seen him on stage.
Oh, on stage. I have seen him on stage.
You have to see him.
Yes,
now.
because but people need to see him. Silvio.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to see
And
him.
I mean, Kenyans really need to.
And a fun fact, I think we'll be the first one to perform on that auditorium, right?
The first local.
Because it's not
The
really
first
been
local.
used. And surprisingly, not very many people know about this auditorium. That's really amazing. I've been there once.
I think it's the biggest.
It is amazing.
Yes.
I've been there once and I was like, this is in Kenya.
Yeah.
This is in Kenya.
So
Only
we're
that
urging
there
people
we
to
do
come up with more
bigger,
productions. But Kenyans are really rising up to the occasion.
To the occasion?
Yeah, because if we can fill an 800 capacity.
And you see, that is the biggest worry that we've had, because when we want to gauge our growth, we draw parallels, and on several occasions we've talked music. Budesco Freddy is our DJ who will tell you that we always want to look at what is happening in Tanzania, what is happening in Nigeria, why is it that they appear that they're doing so well in relation to what is happening at home, including when it comes to theater, when it comes to film, these Nollywoods and everything. Do you suppose we're almost catching up, or perhaps we're somewhere? It's just that maybe we do not consume our own, and so we do not know the existence of this.
Oh, I can say that sometimes it's not our fault. Like when it was the Moise era, people really impressed. Nikumbushe wanaimbanga Dombolo.
Oh.
Yes, like we took the other products. We were like kila nyumba ungesikia kila msee anacheza.
Ukipita ni hiyo.
Yes. Like then Boomba Train came in. So we started embracing Kina Isa, the late Isa. So and then after a minute to share that the other part. So when it starts from the up uko juu mkianza kuembrace now the other, because literally when I was very young and I'm being told this, when our president, now the other president who was there, alikuwa analeta other artists from another country to perform, and yet we had our own. That's when he started embracing the other culture.
Okay.
So right now ndo tumeweza kurealize sisi pia tuko na stories. We have stories, and the way we tell stories, and if we like let me just call it, if we premiere a filamu zetu like Kenyan movies, people look at it and they're like, you guys have good English. You guys have, your Swahili is perfect. The sheng yenye mna insert here and there, it's nice.
Amazing.
Why are you not telling your own stories, So this is the time that I'm thinking, as for me, I'm really like, let me just say proud, because kina Bilal, I think hao walikuwa ile enzi za kezongo, you know, kezungu kwa kila filamu.
Right.
But mimi nimekuja a time whereby
you can comfortably throw in shit.
Yes, I can. Nazasema we wacha, you know,
Yeah.
the director takes it and like that's amazing thing because Kitambo, I believe he can clarify this. Hakukuwa na hiyo.
I think I was there then, and that's true. It was pure English.
Yes,
and sometimes you find us watching the Ogas, and we literally look in Nigeria, but you cannot find our very own focusing much on throwing in some Swahili.
Yes.
You know, it looked like it was
because them they speak Yoruba, wateka Igbo, wateka hizo masheng zao juma whatever. But for us, we'll be struggling. You know, lazima kizungu yangu ikuwe uptown.
But vocabulary.
Yeah, lazima nitupe hiyo vocabulary hapo. But since now the industry is coming after, I think after COVID or before, though at least before COVID, I think that's when the industry has started. You know what? Let's tell our stories, Bana.
Yeah, because you see now you talk about Kenyans not consuming their own products, and you're not giving them something that resonates. You get. Because hii kizungu mingi, somebody anaangalia, why should I watch a Kenyan production with a lot of English yet I can watch a Hollywood movie, which also is in English. But if you give us a Kenyan production, that's why a movie like Nairobi Half-Life got a lot of, you know,
because Nairobi Life.
Yeah, people felt hii imetugusa. Because at least unapata pale marehemu Olwenya. Salute him.
Oh, may his soul rest in peace. That's true.
The way alitoa hiyo karakter yake, the way he used to speak, unaona yenyewe kweli huni ule jamaa wa mtaa.
And I mean, that's the reason why I asked you in the recent one that we are expecting coming back, you know. It's coming back, right?
Come back.
Come back. You know, what is this that is going to speak to us? But like you rightfully put it, let's wait. And as we wait, where do they, we must say, tulikuwa tunaongea kuhusu Bavan, where they're going to go and watch, when, where, at what time?
Well, we have the 4th, which is on a Friday. We have one show in the evening.
Yes.
At 6.
4th of November?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have 2.
Okay.
For the 5th one. That is on Saturday. That will be at 3 and 7. And then we have on Sunday also 3 and 7.
Oh, amazing. So
Friday is almost sold out. So guys, manzi.
Yes. How do they buy the tickets before we go? Because that is very, very important.
We do have a link on our, when you go to our Instagram first, we have Too Early for Birds page.
Yes.
When you go to the link on their bio, you can buy the ticket. But our main link is tokea.com.
Okay, tokea.com. That's where they get.
Tokea.
Yes. Oh, show up. Yeah, all right. And on your social media platforms, I'm sure you must be making so much noise about this.
Yes.
Unajua nyinyi ndio influencers bana. Pia mmechukua kazi zetu. Sometimes we look at you people and we seeing you as threats. When she comes here to say that she's a journalist with all the beauty and all the brains and all the flexibility.
I hope manager anaona.
I hope I watch. But producer, that note tumalize show. Producer. I think Aisha imeisha. You know, sometimes when you look at these people and you're just wondering, sasa huyu amekuja kuchukua kazi tu. Tukiona hivi na macho na unamuembrace na unamsaidia kuchukua kazi yako. But you know, in that space of acting, I can tell you for free, you're doing an amazing job. Kaka tu uko sawa.
Siangalie kidogo.
Usisonge please. That's exactly it. Oh, thank you so much for speaking to us. And I've gone to the history, ati tujue ilianza lini and everything, but I think the most important thing, the clarion call, is that you're bouncing back, and that should be embraced.
Yes.
That really should be embraced. People might not know where this place is, but pia in this era of social media, in Loresho, ukiweka pin utafika. Gari inasimamia hapo. By the way, it's just ukiweka tu pin inasimamishia hapo. Hujawaambia uko ni vegan? Hujawaambia uko ni all vegan? Tusiharibu. We need to close. My thank you so much. And you know, it is our joy that we're coming to that space where we say we're bouncing back.
Yes.
Because really, I was on the entire bit of COVID-19, and I thank God for that, because I mean that meant that I'm still working.
Yes.
And the stories were devastating. And to see that we're back, to see that you know, the theater industry is as well alive, really gives us lots and lots of hope. We used to long for those small clips online, just so, you know, we could count our days. So asante sana for speaking to us. I don't want to say Bilal who, I'll just leave it at Bilal, because I do not want to make a mistake again. Wanjau, right?
Yes, Wanjau.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, as well as Amina. Asanteni sana.
You're welcome.
All right, all the
Thank
best.
you.
And make sure that you buy them. Waambieni wanunue tickets, jamani.
Wasiponunua,
Shauri yao.
wewe sisema shauri yao. Wasiponunua wasitulaumu.
I mean, don't
because now you know when you get stories from others, uko like, why didn't I? What?
And the beauty of these people is that they will always give you a whole weekend.
Yes.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you missed on Friday, you have no excuse to miss on Saturday. You have no excuse to miss on Sunday. And Marambilibili, 5 shows, surely speaking.
Form ni 5 shows, eh?
Form ni 5
Form ni
shows.
5.
Why can't we just appreciate our very own, you know? Let's consume Kenyan.